Hello and welcome back to another episode of the historic challenges here on MotoGP 20. And obviously usually we'll look at the historic market, but as you can see we've got 5,800 diamonds, so if we actually check out the market we've got nowhere near enough for any of these riders. Obviously Mick Doohan from 95, Stoner from 07 and Rossi from 09. Those are the only riders left, those three, so they're going to be on the market later on as well when we come back. But the difficult challenge this time is at Silverstone, which we've not had before, so it's quite an interesting scenario. So obviously you can see the two of the four-stroke riders are still locked, Rossi from 2009 and Stoner from 2007. But it has been requested for me to play as Rossi from 2012, so that's what I will do. We'll be on the 1000cc bike as well, so that should play into our favour. And then that should balance out with the fact that I'm not very good at Silverstone. So let's get into this. Hopefully we can try and get a win, because we need those 15,000 diamonds. So then Nakano on pole as always. We'll put on a medium rear tyre, although it is cloudy. So it might not necessarily be imperative that we put a medium on, but I'll put a medium on anyway. I'm not going to put a hard on, because that would be a bit too far. So then we're looking at Max Biaggi in second, and now we're looking over at Andrea Dovizioso in 18th position on the grid. So not the best starting position there for Andrea Dovizioso, but it's not the end of the world for him. And now we are on board with Valentino and Rossi, 2012 in 6th position, obviously because we are playing as him. And that's where you always start in these challenges. So actually I might have a look at the fuel, and I think I'll put it up to maximum. So we've got 9.1 laps of fuel, apparently, before a 7-lap race here at Silverstone. Let's get this started. So no commentary actually at this point. Usually there's a bit of commentary. So we're looking at Nakano then on the pole position. Biaggi alongside Ukawa also on the front row. Then another two 2002 Hondas on the other row with me. So waiting for the lights to go out here at Silverstone. The lights down, away we go. Off the start we go. Oh, whoa, massive wheelie, because no anti-wheelie, and we're down. Yeah, that's a good way to start this challenge, isn't it? I need to remember that the 1000s have a lot of power, so waiting for the lights to go out here. Lights out and away we go. Try and get a bit of a better start, be a bit easier on the throttle this time. So I'm still a bit of a wheelie, but as we go towards turn 1, we're actually still on the bike. We've been clipped almost there by Caparossi, so we've dropped down to 7th position, but it's not the end of the world. We've got this run on Gibernau now. We're past Gibernau, we're past Kato, hitting the brakes then for Maggots. Looking at the inside through turn 3, we can't quite get through there, but Alex Barros ahead of us. It looks like Nakano is trying to actually disappear into the distance up the inside then of Barros up into 4th place. Side by side with Ukawa, flying past Ukawa, about to fly past Biaggi as well, so up into 2nd place. The 1000cc's are OP in this mode, but I think we're going to forget the fact that they don't stop as well as modern day counterparts. So we've gone a little bit off the circuit, so we're back down into 4th place. I think it'll be when we rejoin. Yes, it is 4th. Sitting the brakes then for Vale now. Oh, on the curb, that could have been a bit dodgy. If I'd gone a little bit more onto the grass, definitely would have been a crash there. But at this point in time, we are sitting, in a decent position. 4th place. We've gained quite a few positions on this first lap. We have absolutely rocket speed on the straights, past Toru Ukawa once again. I'd look for a move on Biaggi, but to be honest, I don't think I can from that far back. Ukawa's back through, but we're back past him again just as soon as we get on the power. Just blasting past him. So we lost out to Biaggi last time at Mugello and we're playing as Hayden, but Nakano is checking out this time. Usually, well, last time it was oh, here comes Lorenzo. So there is another 2012 bike in this race then, so we have got to watch out. Lorenzo diving up the inside. So the last two challenges, there has been a Lorenzo from 2012. So definitely going to keep us in check here. Flying to the left-hand side, past Biaggi we go, up into 2nd position then again now. But have we gone in a bit wide into Brooklands? Probably. Back down into power mode 1. But we've still kept the position. But I think I can hear Lorenzo. No, it will still Biaggi there. But we've run wide. That's probably going to allow both of them through. Yes, it has. It's allowed Lorenzo and Biaggi through. We're trying to get the switch back on Lorenzo. Side by side with Lorenzo. And we almost go side by side with Biaggi as well. So Lorenzo can't quite get past Biaggi. I can't get past Biaggi. But Nakano's cleared off. And now we're splitting Biaggi as we go towards the first corner, Copse corner. We've gone in wide again. So struggling to slow down this bike. Off the circuit, back onto the track. Lorenzo's right behind us. But up into 2nd position for now. Yeah, Nakano absolutely disappeared on that first lap. Luckily, obviously, on the faster bikes, we should be able to catch him fairly easily. But it is really, really ridiculous how much he actually got away on that first lap. I mean, fair play to Shinya Nakano. Usually he doesn't capitalise on the starts too well, but he really, really disappeared this time. Me and Lorenzo hunting him down immediately. Trying to break as late as we can for Stowe. We've actually done a much better job than I did on the previous lap. But Lorenzo's done a pretty good job as well, so we're right on the back of Shinya Nakano now. Am I going to have an attack into Vale? We're having a look on the brakes at the inside, but we're not going to quite be able to do it from that far back. Oh, Lorenzo almost hitting us on the curbs. Actually, Lorenzo probably would have gone for it from that far back. The rear sliding. Pedrosa and Stone are battling over 10th and 11th, so I'm assuming those aren't the 2012 variants. Otherwise, they'd be flying through the order. On the power, looking for a move around the outside of Nakano. Oh, it's going to be close. We couldn't quite get through in farm. Still trying to get around the outside. Looking at the inside now. We see, oh, bit of damage. We picked up a bit of damage on the power, though. Probably the wrong gear, but we're diving on the inside of Nakano now. Are we going to take the lead? Oh, for a second, but we've dropped back underneath him. Oh, no. And now I've done a wheelie and we're down. It was going so well. It was going so well. We're waiting for the lights to go out here at Silverstone. Lights out and away we go. Oh, it's actually been a pretty decent start there. Trying to control the wheelie. Again, struggling to do so as we go towards Cops. We're being pinched onto the apex. We lost quite a few positions there. We're back up into 5th place. So here we go on the power. Past 3 riders then, back up into 2nd position. So it's been a much better start than last time. Nakano right in front of us. So we're almost a lap's worth of progress further in front. So obviously this is where we were really close to Nakano on the previous attempt on the 2nd lap though. So there we go then, using that power mode 2. We should be able to blast past this Kawasaki on the straight on this Ducati. Here we go, flying past Shinya Nakano up into the lead of this challenge. Of course, we've got to watch out for Jorge Lorenzo coming through the pack. Ran a little bit wide though. Is that going to allow Nakano back through? Not quite. So we've got the lead for now. So at the end of the first lap then, we've not really capitalised. We're only 1.2 seconds in front and Lorenzo's already up into 4th. So we're about to start the 3rd lap then. Fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 58.2. We're 2.1 seconds ahead of Jorge Lorenzo. He's just gone a 10th faster than us though with the 58.1. So he's on the charge. So through Woodcut Corner then for the 3rd time. About to start lap 4. 58.1 on this lap, but not quite as fast as the one Lorenzo did previously. But I think we basically did the same lap that time. So I think we're not in too much trouble here. So we're about to come through Woodcut for the 4th time, then about to start the 5th lap here. 1 minute 57.6, so we've upped the pace massively. What's the gap now? It's 2.9 seconds, so we're getting away from Lorenzo now. Oh, he's crashed! Lorenzo's now crashed, so he's definitely going to be no risk to us now. I'm guessing he's done the weird wheelie thing again. Oh, we've gone really, really wide there. But yeah, on these 1000s, it's so easy to just get too much on the power and crash, and I think Lorenzo's actually still in 2nd, unbelievably. So as we're about to start the penultimate lap then, what's the time going to be this time? 57.9, so not quite as fast, but still quicker than we were earlier on in the race. We've got a massive lead now with Lorenzo's crash. I think he is still in 2nd place. Yes, he is. That's the testament to how far in front we are of everybody else. I'm 8 seconds ahead of him, and he's still in 2nd. And it seemed like the other guys were even further behind him still. So coming through Woodcut, about to start the final lap then. 57.7, so not far off. We've just gone into power mode 2 since we've actually got a bit of fuel to burn, which is really, really rare. I never have fuel to burn at the end of races, so I'm going to see if I can do a new fastest lap on this last lap. 9 seconds in front of Lorenzo now. If we don't crash, we should be fine. Even if we did crash, I think we'd be okay. So into Lovefield then for the final time. We've gone actually a little bit hot on the entrance. There's a crash behind 2007. Casey Stoner has gone down, so that's definitely going to be pretty bad for him. He's going to lose so many places right at the end. Through Woodcut then for the final time, up towards the line. 1 minute 56.8, massively smashing the fastest lap there at the end. And I think that's our biggest winning margin to date in any of these challenges. 11 seconds ahead of Jorge Lorenzo in 2nd. Obviously, he did have the crash, but he lost another 3 seconds afterwards. He probably had a bit of damage. But Nakano, 17.9 seconds behind. We, on the 1000cc's, had such an advantage. Hayden in last was 30 seconds behind me. And even with the glitch simulated times that often happen, we still had the fastest lap by over a second. Shinya Nakano apparently getting a 58.0, but that obviously didn't happen considering Lorenzo only got 58.1. But that 56.9 on the last lap was something special with that power mode too. The 1000cc bikes are so overpowered in this game mode. So obviously only one crash happening in this race with Jorge Lorenzo, so we'll go and have a look what happened to him, but I assume what he did was he just got on the power too much, had a big wheelie like we've done a couple of times this episode, and like he's done plenty of times before. So we'll have a look at that. So on board with Lorenzo then, braking for this right-hander, he turns in for the corner, clips the curb, has a bit of a high side, the rear just comes round, so not the crash I thought he had. That's why he got back on quite quickly and was still in 2nd position. But quite similar to the crash Baldassari had in the Moto2 career mode. So if we just slow it down then, You can see he's turning in for the corner. He's turned in very, very early because he's going to take a beautiful apex. It's actually a really nice line, but the rear just slides through lack of grip on the apex there. You can see he's already in neutral apparently, but I think that's just a bug when they go off. It just puts it into neutral. And that was Lorenzo's crash, so quite unfortunate there, but he still got second position, so I suppose he was actually quite fortunate. So then we get awarded our 15,000 diamonds, which takes us up to 20,800 diamonds. And obviously the historic market's exactly the same, they're just in a different order. And interestingly enough, Rossi's actually the cheapest one here, with Stoner being the most expensive and Doohan being 100 diamonds less. So I think we'll complete the set, we'll complete the two-stroke collection, we'll buy Mick Doohan there then, the 1995 Mick Doohan, which just leaves Valentino Rossi 2009 and Casey Stoner 2007 to be purchased in the next, well, in the next 2 episodes. We won't be able to afford them after just 1. So obviously those 2 are the only riders left then. So 2 more episodes of the historic challenges, depending obviously on how well it goes. If we don't do very well, then it's very much possible it could be more than 2. I'm guessing that one probably wasn't too long of a video because we just cleared off at the front on the actual attempt. We did have a couple of failed attempts this time, which is always nice. Obviously last time we didn't have any, we just did it all on the first take. But to be honest, that very last time, we just got so far in front that Lorenzo was already a couple seconds behind us. Because the 1000cc's are overpowered in this game mode. It makes so much more sense now when you look back at Aragon, how much they were pulling away from me. Well, the Rossi 2012, how much he pulled away from me on the last couple of laps. I mean, I obviously had tyre troubles as well, tyre and fuel issues. That's how I got passed by Colin Edwards, but the reason the Rossi just came flying past was because he was on a 1000. I think Lorenzo has done it a couple of times as well, been the fastest there. I think in Valencia he was absolutely ridiculous there in that challenge and we had to back up the pack, but yeah, he had massive straight line speed. But quite often the 1000cc AI seem to bottle it. They are really hard to ride, to be fair. Obviously they've got no anti-wheelie, which is different to the modern day ones, which do have anti-wheelie. They've also got a bit more power as well, since they are the newer, the more refined. Yeah, they just got better electronics in general, so I suppose that's why they got the anti-wheelie. But yeah, it does make it a bit more difficult to ride. Obviously, as you saw, I went over a couple of times with a wheelie. But I hope you did enjoy that video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.